I don't want to just ramble here, but
Yeah, keep
there's
going.
different threads you could go
No,
down
keep
here.
going. You started syndicating. So you did that 40 unit and
Yeah.
you got it under contract with owner finance at really favorable terms. And so then you started syndicating more deals after that.
No, actually, so when I say syndicating, so we actually that deal, it was the idea was we will syndicate this deal. So we had like the webinar, and maybe your audience, they probably are familiar with what a syndication is, but essentially it's a group of people that come together that are buying something just like a fund is that they normally couldn't buy themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
you collect all these people and say, hey, this is what we're doing. So syndication is like that, and that was the plan. Like going into it, was like, hey, this is buildings like $6 million. It was actually I think 5.5 or a little more than that. And I was like, hey, well, we obviously we don't have $5 million laying around. We're going to need to go raise the money. So, we part of a mastermind in the multifamily space, great group, great coaches, great network. Like, hey, well, this is how everyone does this. This is like, I mean, literally, it's like you're trained to do it like this. So, like, well, this is what we're trained. We know this works. We literally see dozens of our peers doing deals across the US. This is how this goes. So that's we commenced on that at that time. So it was 20, late spring of 2021. Minneapolis did not have the best reputation for, as we know, of COVID and rioting and unrest and some other things that definitely soured some investors on the area. So it was just challenging when you initially started raising, like, hey, this is not going so well. So we were pulling out all the stops and, calling everyone and their mother, like, hey, this, that, and the other, like, hey, do you want to be part of this deal? Finally found a great partner that had recently sold a warehouse in New Jersey, and he was 1031ing it. And maybe I'm sure you know what that is, Alex.
Yes.
And then others may or may not as well. But it's a tax deferred way of moving money from one sold asset to like kind asset. So it's a very efficient way of redeploying